In a storm of shifting alliances and whispered betrayals, Advocate Dali Mpofu's departure from the EFF has ignited the most turbulent chapter in the party's history. A towering figure of both loyalty and legal prowess, Mpofu was a founding pillar of the EFF, having shifted allegiances from the ANC in 2013 after 33 devoted years. He rose to become the national chairperson by December 2014, driving EFF's charge with an unyielding force and unshakable commitment to justice, challenging power in both parliament and the courts. Under his influence, the EFF secured landmark legal victories, asserting accountability of South Africa's highest offices, and Mpofu himself became a symbol of the party's mission. Welcome back to the Fraud News channel. I'm your host, Boss Roberts. And to those who have already subscribed to the channel, thank you very much for your support. And to those who haven't, please show your brother some love. Back to the story. Recently, in August 2014, after former Deputy President of the EFF, Floyd Shivambu, and former EFF MP Jimmy Manyi left the EFF for MK Party, Advocate Dali Mpofu was asked whether he was contemplating leaving the EFF for MK Party due to his strong ties with Jacob Zuma. He stated the following: "I'm not just part of the EFF, as the president was saying. The EFF is us. It's something that we have built from nothing. It's not something that you just wake up one day and walk away from." Today, it is reported that Advocate Dali Mpofu has left the EFF party. What happened to his commitment to the EFF cause? During an interview with the SABC, he revealed that he has been working behind the scene with Jacob Zuma and was instrumental in the formation of the MK Party, which was something that he began at least 2 years ago. Let us watch the following videos for a better context on this matter.
Okay, let me just get you very clear, Advocate Mpofu. You have just said your view is that total liberation would be achieved through MK. Are you telling me that you are considering joining MK or wanting to work with MK? I just want you to be very clear there.
No, it's much more serious than that. I have taken after a lot of soul searching, I've taken a decision that I will be joining MK. And as I say, I'm joining MK because I believe that it is the vehicle through which we will achieve the much needed black and progressive unity. So I'm doing so not necessarily to reject any other organization. In fact, in a strange way, I always say I regard myself as what you would call a utility player. A part of me, I was in the ANC for 33 years, so a part of me will always be in that organization. I was in the EFF for 11 years, so a part of me will always be in that organization. And when I say a part of me, I mean that I've worked for those organizations, I've invested in them. But at this point in time, in November 2024, I am of the view that the vehicle through which we should drive that unity is Umkhonto weSizwe, because it represents a much broader vision for decolonization, total liberation, and it carries the potential to unite our people more than any other alternative at the moment.
But the EFF speaks the language that is very similar to the MK. And the MK, just came to the fore now. It's not even a year. It will only be a year old next
December.
month. So what really made you? I hear you talking about black unity, total liberation, but the fact of the matter is that the EFF does speak that kind of language. So I'm not able to make sense of why you chose a Mercedes versus a BMW. I'm just making.
I hear you.
Yes.
No, I hear you. let's put it like this. As you've already said, I've been in the game of politics for a long time, almost 50 years now. And so the role of a politician or a revolutionary at that is to take the shortest possible route to the destination of liberation. I'm not one of those people who think that, you must die in the ANC or die in the EFF or even die in MK.
But your new leader believes he's still ANC though.
He is, just as I believe I'm still ANC and EFF and MK. So see, that's the nuanced message that I think everyone misses. When former President Zuma says, I'm a member of the ANC, but I'm also a member of MK, at face value, that looks ridiculous. But if you know South African politics, you'll be able to hear what he's actually saying. What he's saying is that you cannot throw away all those decades of struggle, and that the ANC has deviated from the destination, as I've said. And therefore, in order to look beyond organizations, and really that's the most central message I want to send, which is to say, let us look beyond organizations. You might have a preference to be in the ANC. The next person might be a preference to be in the EFF, and someone like me might have a preference to be in MK. For whatever reasons you prefer each of those three organizations. But the most important thing is that we must not venerate the organizations as if they are demigods. The organization and the leaders, for that matter, will come and go. But the cause of our people must always be paramount. That is what must drive us.
Does Floyd have anything to do with your move?
No, Floyd actually has nothing to do with the move. Ironically, we were joking about it, I think, after the elections. Ironically, I am the one who was convincing the leadership of the EFF, even before the elections, about this. And some of them were skeptical. But to his credit, Floyd...
Convincing the leadership of the EFF about?
About this cause of unity. That we should work together.
That we are joining MK?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying convincing the leadership of the EFF and other organizations, by the way. Maybe let me take one step back. Something that your viewers might not know is that there was a time when former President Zuma and I were the only people who knew about this project of the formation of MK, because we had discussed after the 2022 conference of the ANC very in depth as to what needs to be done, and we had various options, and so this discussion took about 12 months. So by the time you attended the launch in December of MK, this had been a project that was in the pipeline, in the underground, as he revealed, for about 12 months.
Advocate Mpofu, I just need to get you very clear. So, were you part and parcel of the formation of Umkhonto weSizwe?
Absolutely. For a few months, as I say, there was a time where probably it was just me and former President Zuma who knew about this. And then it moved to a stage where we involved a few other people. In August, we held a meeting with 10 leaders, and you can interview all of them. 10 leaders, and another meeting in October of 2023, including leaders of the EFF, leaders of the PAC, UDM, ATM, Areta. At that time there was an organization like that, and
House, that he was leading then, yeah.
Yes, and the Godi's outfit, the APC.
Yes, APC.
Yes, so all the organizations, Azapo was there. I chaired the meeting of all those leaders and was trying to sell this vision, and President Zuma was present.
Does the EFF know that its member, or now, you're no longer the member now, but back then you were the member of the EFF. Do they know that you were central in the formation of another political party?
Yes. No, that fortunately at my level of political involvement, I cannot play double games. So every step of the way of this project, I was reporting to the EFF leadership.
Have you informed the EFF leadership, particularly Julius Malema?
Well, as it happens, it was a happy coincidence because when I was busy going to write my resignation letter, I happened to speak to the secretary of my branch to check, and he said, well, in any event, he wanted to call me. In fact, he had sent someone to say I needed to renew my membership. So my membership had lapsed, so there was no need to do any resignation. So I just said, well, if my membership has lapsed, then I'm free to make the announcement. And yeah, so some people will find out.
Here's the question. Have you informed the leadership of the EFF, particularly Julius Malema? Given that the nature of relations, I mean, you've always been with them together. That's the reason why I'm asking.
No, I haven't, to be fair, and I have tried to reach out to him. But, it's not, there's no need to inform anyone at any particular time. I'm sure there's no bad blood, so we will talk.
As a courtesy?
Yes, as a courtesy, I'll extend that courtesy even after this announcement, and I'm sure that our paths will meet in this journey, this difficult journey for unity.
This confirms that Floyd Shivambu's words concerning dual membership in the MK party, that it was not only designed to accommodate Jacob Zuma's dual membership in the ANC and MK party, but there are other MK party members who are still part of other political parties for strategic reasons. Let us hear from the horse mouth.
Now, in terms of the dual membership, so section 513 of the Constitution, says that save for highly exceptional and strategic circumstances, and with the approval of divisional officials in High Command, members of MKP are not allowed to be members of another political party, except organizational formal alliances with the MKP. So, save for exceptional and strategic circumstances, approved by officials. So the case and the situation of our president, the Commander General, president, is a strategic circumstance which retains the dual membership, and it's allowed as per the Constitution of Congress. And it's not just tailor-made for him. There are instances where we're going to allow members to be members of other political parties. To give you an example now, there are councillors and leaders of political parties that are represented in some municipalities. They went there in the name of their political party. If they leave that political party now, they are going to lose their membership as councillors. So we might agree that, okay, you can retain your membership of that organization and be a member of MK, but come 2026, when the circumstances change, you can now join fully as MK. So it's not just tailor-made for the president, it's to deal with these aspects where dual membership in some instances that are strategic are going to be prohibited. So there is nothing unconstitutional and nothing untoward about the membership of President Zuma. It's within the Constitution of Congress. That is what we did. Thank you very much.
With this new development of Advocate Mpofu leaving the party, it brings the words of Julius Malema to life, which he made during the EFF press conference 2 months ago, in which he indicated that Floyd Shivambu is likely to leave with other EFF members who are loyal to him. Let us listen to what Malema said on this regard.
Floyd is not the only one. Jimmy Manyi has also resigned to go and join MK. and there will be many others who are going to leave the EFF because they've got their loyalty and support to the deputy president. So fighters on the ground should be prepared for more people to follow. And this should not serve as a point of collapse for the EFF. I can't give a list of who's going to join MK after Floyd. I didn't know Floyd was going to join MK. So if I didn't know about Floyd, can you imagine about others? Because I'm more close to Floyd, more than anyone else. So if I didn't know about Floyd, you can expect that there will be others.
Some are speculating that one of the EFF members is Ndlozi, who in his own words during an interview on 702 indicated that he was a long-time friend with Floyd Shivambu, and he is the one who invited him to join the EFF during their invested days. Let us hear Ndlozi speaking on this matter.
I thought I could be a professor. I was very interested in ideas. I was absorbed in ideas. And by the time I was doing an MA, Peter Hudson sat me down at Wits University. He was a brilliant theoretician, one of the most brilliant minds I've ever respected. Coincidentally, he sat me down, and few weeks after that, Sheila Menchis sat me down. And few days or so after that, Ashile Mbembe sat me down. They all asked me the same question. What do you want to do with your life? You're very talented. You should think about being an academic. And I thought, okay, let me pursue academia until we decided to form the EFF in 2013.
Oh, you've completed a PhD now. What?
I was in the final year of my PhD.
Oh, then.
I had written 2 chapters of the ultimately 6 chapters that I had. And around May, the current deputy president of the EFF, Floyd Shivambu, came to me because we're in campus together since we were young. But at the time he was doing his MA, he came, he's like, there is this conversation. And this time, I think you should join it. And I joined it. The rest is history.
It is history indeed. I had a recollection of...
Pressure is mounting on BSN Ndlozi to leave the EFF as the party descends into an explosive factional crisis. A former Youth League member expelled for supporting Ndlozi over Malema's favored Godrich Gadi for deputy president has ignited fierce controversy, exposing alleged power plays at the party's highest levels. Rumors swirl that Malema is manipulating leadership ranks to secure absolute loyalty, sidelining potential rivals and creating a rift that now threatens to unravel the EFF. As Ndlozi's fate hangs by a thread and accusation of betrayal intensify, the EFF stands on the brink of a seismic power struggle that could either page dissenters or drive out those unwilling to bow to Malema's vision. Let us listen to the following video for a better context on this matter.
You're watching News at Prime. Let's get into this conversation now. Internal squabbles appear to be emerging as the EFF's elective conference draws closer. Limpopo Student Command member Khanki Mphahlele was shown the door after his heated exchange with EFF leader Julius Malema on the social media platform X. This is understood to be over the leadership nominations. The expelled member joining us now for an understanding of exactly what happened. Mr. Mphahlele, good evening to you, and thank you very much for your time. Before we get into the nub of the conversation, I just want for us to give the viewers the context, and I'm going to ask my team to put up the tweet that is supposedly the one that was put up by yourself, and the understanding, first of all, I just want to get from you whether the Twitter handle, or in this instance is now called X, Is the handle at Absolute Khanki your ex-handle?
Absolutely.
Okay, and based on that, therefore, I think the print on the screen there might be a little too small for the viewers to read, and so I'm going to read directly from my phone so that they are able to understand exactly what was written in that tweet. You say, and I quote, "CIC Julius Malema is not a National People's Assembly superdelegate. He must not dare try to impose Godrich Gadi as the EFF deputy president. We don't want Godrich Gadi. We want Ndlozi as branches. Julius and all his deployees must not dare start a war with branches. War is a very difficult thing." What made you write these words on that post?
What made me write these words is the fact that, and by the way, thanks very much for having us, and I'm glad you are better than the journalist of Face of the Nation. What made me write these words is because of the fact that the NP guidelines came out and they were very clear to us to say, comrades, go and campaign at branches. Avoid this thing of campaigning on social media. You are going to end up fighting, and that thing is going to make it appear as if they were fighting in the party.
Yeah.
People are going to use internal divisions of the party, and things will be going to media. You'll have media houses using those, again, you'll have GNU media houses using those divisions as if, portraying it as if the party is divided. So let's campaign at branches. Okay, it's fine. We get surprised. The provincial chairperson of Mpumalanga, Commissar Colin Sidibe, pronounces Godrich Gadi. He says Pagama, to say rise. This is rise in politics. And where you do rise, you rise up. If you're in the standing committee, you must go to the executive. If you're away, you must just go up. Okay, we ask ourselves, what kind of, isn't this violation of NPA guidelines? Komisar Nkululeko Godinga post the same man. This one of a member of parliament, Sitolile, post that chap. Yana, he says, hear me out. What must we hear out? It's a campaign mood. We say we must hear that you are on the side of Godrich, because there are three comrades who are rumored to be standing for deputy president. It's Commissar Vuyani, Commissar Mbuizeni, and Commissar Godrich. So the problem that we had is that the commander-in-chief now is reposting or retweeting all those posts. Right. And we see that thing as an endorsement.
And
we see it as an endorsement.
Okay, all right. And so this is why you decided to go and mention his name in this way on social media. He then responds and says, in 3 words, "Try me, boys." That was his response.
Absolutely.
To your tweet. What happened from that point on?
I took that response as a manner of saying, here now we're being silenced now. So we have 2 options: to submit to the will of God or to fight. And we're not going to submit. We fought. And with our responses, we said, we're very clear, and we meant every word we said. If there is anyone in this world who thinks they are powerful, they are not. They are lying to themselves. If they think they cannot be touched, they are lying. Some of us are still on our way, and we're going to touch them. We're very young and we're patient with ourselves. Indlela ndlela esihambayo. Washu Ndlozi kubalandeli bakhe wathi sohlangana nge-NPA, which translates to say it's a long journey that we're traveling. Mbuiseni said to his followers that we'll meet at the NPA. So that's what I said. Immediately after that, things went absolutely south. I received a love letter from the EFF Students Command.
Mm-hmm. And that letter, what did it say? All right, Mr. Mpahlele is frozen at the moment, and I'm hoping that he is going to be able to reconnect, and we'll try and get him back. But the sum total of what he's told us so far is that That love letter, as he puts it, was essentially the letter that got him expelled. Okay, he is back. You back, Mr. Mpahlele, and you say that you received a love letter from that point on. What were the exact reasons for your expulsion? Because surely due process has got to be followed. All of this happened overnight, and the very next day you are expelled. What was the due process?
Last night at 11 o'clock in the evening, 11:30.
You got expelled at 11:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
What is the reasoning on the letter? Does it go into any detail?
Yeah, it talks about me putting the organization into disrepute, defining myself outside the organization, disrespecting the leadership, all those sort of things.
When you look at what has happened to you, do you believe that independent thought and freedom of expression is something that is encouraged in the EFF, or do you believe that there is no internal democracy, as some parties would claim?
I would say what they're trying to put up a situation where they say all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
And so when you go up against the leader of the party, Mr. Julius Malema, what essentially happens to you is exactly what you got in the form of a love letter. Is that a party you still want to belong to?
I made it clear when I released a statement to say I'm not going to appeal it, because now it's clear that the leadership of the party, it's obvious that the commander-in-chief is going to get a third term uncontested. And if he's leading that party, it means he knows about the situation and he takes those things as direct undermining of his authority. I don't want to see I'm not going to appeal for those reasons, because it's clear that I'm not welcome.
This suggests that there is a fallout between Ndlozi and Malema, especially after the departure of Floyd, who was close to Ndlozi. In a recent tweet on X by Julius Malema, after the announcement by Advocate Mpofu that he was leaving the party, Malema seemed to imply that there are two other prominent EFF members or leaders who are supposed to leave the party. Some are speculating that it is Ndlozi, a close friend of Floyd, and Kaunias, a strong non-supporter of Jacob Zuma. This is based on the following statement from Julius Malema. Only two members of your favorites remain, and the list will be finalized. They sing beautifully and are always willing to pose for pictures and sign roll calls. But remember, their souls are long gone. To prevent any potential hate, it's crucial to heed the guidance of the leadership. We remain standing and are not going anywhere under a criminal syndicate. This is the words of Malema. In the face of these betrayals, the EFF's future lies on a razor's edge. Will it survive the next election? Or will this tide of defection and distrust erode its foundation? Only the coming months will reveal if the EFF can realign its fractured core, or if, like its own meteoric rise, its fall will be swift and irrevocable. Let me know what you think about these developments in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking it. And if you have not yet subscribed to the Fraud News channel, please show your brother some love. Click subscribe. Subscribe now, please. Okay. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video. God bless you.